Laughter, like a smile, is part of our universal human language. Yet, laughter does not always mean the same thing, nor does a smile. A smirk is a type of smile, and mocking can be laughter. Sometimes laughter means surprise or incredulity. In Genesis chapter 17, God again tells Abraham he will have a son. This time, God gets specific about this covenant promise. I will give you a son by her, Sarah. Chapter 17, verse 16. Abraham laughs. Why? He asks, can a child be born to a 100-year-old man? Can Sarah, a 90-year-old woman, give birth? Genesis 17, 17. Here are two interpretations. Is Abraham overcome by reality? Abraham naturally objects, asking God to accept what is already tangible. Ishmael, that is in the text. Strangely, we often have more faith in what is than in the God who made what is. Reality opposes faith, and faith opposes reality. Which brings me to a second interpretation. That is Abraham overcome with faith and falls down with reverent laughter? His words are not unfaith, but express faith, conquering reality. Here's what Paul wrote in Romans 14, 19 through 20. He did not weaken in faith when he considered his own body to be already dead, since he was about 100 years old, and also the deadness of Sarah's womb. He did not waver in unbelief at God's promise, but was strengthened in his faith and gave glory to God. Today, covenant people can change reality through God's promises and our prayers. Already I can hear the objections. God doesn't perform miracles today. Exactly where does the Bible say that? One church had elders who told everyone not to pray for the healing of someone if they were terminally ill, claiming God does not perform miracles today. Claiming God has ceased performing miracles through people, 1 Corinthians 13, 9 through 10, and to complete his word, is different than saying God himself still intervenes miraculously. Plus, God can do above and beyond what we ask or think through providence or love. Ephesians 3, verse 20. I know that is contextually limited, but also know that God is not limited by our interpretations. I know that's one for you to mull over. Even if God has ceased doing miracles today through any means, study God's hand within history, what we call divine providence. Personally, I'm more amazed at how God can manipulate events while maintaining man's free will than I am at God's miracles. But have no doubt, Abraham and Sarah had a child by God performing a miracle, fulfilling his covenant. Let me share a time I laughed due to God. Florida was enduring another drought. City regulations required we had to keep our yard mowed. While mowing, I'm praying for rain. Then a few drops fall on me and then stop. Immediately, I started to pray again. God, you can do better than that. Trust me, I was not being irreverent. But moments later, a few seconds, maybe a minute or two passed, and a deluge fell on me and I was soaked. And then the rain stopped. While that's common in South Florida, I decided to give glory to God and started laughing, the laughter of faith. Here's our prayer challenge. Read all of Genesis 17. We must cut off from ourselves what is not part of covenant living, not part of walking before God, chapter 17, verse 1. That means separating ourselves from the doubts produced by reality. Think of things hard to believe, contrary to reality, and pray God will fulfill his covenant and his will. Imagine beyond our imagination. Pray living in the presence of God, which is how the Christian Standard Bible phrases in chapter 17, verse 1. Who knows? Maybe we will be on our knees, laughing the laughter of faith. That's praying through the Bible. Number 7, Genesis 17, a prayer of laughter. If this has been a blessing to you, please share.